Good morning, high school. It is Monday, September 21st for you, but for me, it is Friday the 18th. We are just a couple hours away of heading to the airport, so right now, pretty much everything here is empty. We spent the past week doing a quick pack, a quick store of stuff. We've kind of closed and organized our house a little bit, but not very much because we're hoping to get back here soon. So this week, I'm just going to take you along with us as we make the transition from here in our house in the Philippines to the States, where we will be at least through Christmas. Well, we made it through our first flight, and we are here in Tokyo, the land of overly complicated toilets and Pokemon vending machines. Our check-in and getting through immigration in Manila has gone as smooth and as quickly as it has ever gone, partially because we had an order to leave and our own personal escort from immigration who met us at the curb outside and took us through check-in, through immigration, all the way up to our gate before he let us go and was convinced that we were in fact leaving the country. And it was funny because he had to actually take a picture of us with our boarding passes at the gate as kind of proof that we were on our way out of the Philippines. But besides being quick, it was just really weird to be in the airport with so few people around. Terminal 1 is usually a mass of humanity if you've ever flown through there. That waiting hall is usually packed full of people, and it was empty this time. There were not only no lines, but no people at immigration, and hallways that were just entirely empty where you couldn't see a person. Our flight itself was a little bit less than half full, which was nice because we had some space to ourselves and to spread out. And then arriving in Japan, the Tokyo airport feels similar. There's nobody here. There's wings that are entirely shut down. Almost every store is closed indefinitely, and so there's no one in them. No one's working at the desks and information kiosks. There are places I can go and look up and down the long terminal hallway and not see a single other person. If you look at the departure board, it looks like a lot of flights are taking place until you look over and realize almost every single one of them is canceled. Whenever I'm traveling out of Manila, I usually feel a sense of relief once I'm through immigration, because that means there haven't been issues with my ticketing or my visas or paperwork, and I can sit at the gate. At Terminal 1, I can sit at Starbucks and be at peace because I know the logistics of my trip have worked out. At that point, I've got my tickets with my ongoing boarding pass, my bags are all checked, and didn't get flagged for anything, either for my reservations or immigration. As you can imagine, this trip, that feeling of relief was just multiplied many times over because of our order to leave, our standing visa issues that we were still trying to work out and get people to kind of fix for us the day before we were leaving. So when we finally got through immigration with our escort and our huge stack of papers that we were carrying with us, there's just this great weight off my chest knowing that, okay, this is happening. Our flights are actually taking place. We're not getting held up for any reason for reservations or visas or paperwork issues. And I can just be at peace knowing that this is actually going to happen. Finally, just before our flight, some more people turned up. But even then, the terminal wasn't very full. Our flight from Japan to New York was probably just under 1/3 full, so the plane was pretty empty. We got to New York, and I was expecting more people in the New York airport, but even there, the normally very busy terminals for immigration at JFK in New York City and the baggage claim were almost empty. Because there were so few people on board, we got our bags no problem, met my parents at the curbside and got picked up, but because of COVID, our kids couldn't hug Grandma and Grandpa when they met them. I got to get reacquainted with driving in America again, both in New York City, coming out of the airport, and on the rural roads in Connecticut near where we are staying. And finally, after almost 30 hours since we left our house in Manila, we arrived at the house where we'll be staying in Connecticut. So we made it. We're here in Connecticut. I am exhausted from all the travel. I can tell I'm getting sick. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. I'm in the same shirt I've been wearing since Japan, but we're here. We're finished with our travels and we made it to where we'll be staying. Two of my brothers and their kids live in this town, so our boys will get to see their cousins tonight. We're gonna have a bonfire out in the orchard, but it's weird that they can't hang out and play yet. They shouldn't even be hugging each other for 2 weeks and greeting each other at this point. So we're gonna see how that goes, trying to keep elementary age and middle school age kids socially distant from each other when they're excited to see each other. For those of you back in Manila, hang in there. Even if you want to be leaving the country to visit family, don't be so distracted by that you miss the things that you can do or the things that you should be learning through this time. We'll be keeping an eye on the Philippines so that we know when immigration starts letting people back in the country again. And we're just kind of hanging out, waiting for that time to happen so we can get back there, get back to Faith Academy, and get back to all of you who are on the Asia side of the world. So until we can get back to you and be together again, stay safe, stay sane.